Hello everyone, myself Sabri and I welcome you to our channel Solution Bridge Network and one-stop solution for all your Power Platform tutorials.
Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to understand how we can dynamically create the folders whenever and wherever required at the time of uploading a document. So the use case, what I have taken here is a vendor to the invoice mapping. So for specific vendors, we might be receiving multiple invoices for a specific month or a specific duration. So we are planning to arrange those invoices with respect to vendors each time whenever we are trying to upload the document from Power Apps. To start with this use case, I would like to continue from my previous video where I have already created a document upload functionality and a simple gallery by which we will be able to see the documents uploaded in a specific document library. Just to recap, this is an attachment control taken from a form and I do have an upload button, and in the upload button I do run a Power Automate flow which is called as upload documents, and this is uploading in a document library called document upload from Power Apps. So let's start editing this to accommodate that vendor dropdown. So let me just select these two things, bring it down so that I can add a vendor dropdown. So go to this insert icon and search for dropdowns and add the dropdown. Let's call a simple vendors. So I would like to categorize this in form of a table. Remove this, add the square brackets. It will be in form of a table. So I would like to add three vendors and I would call it as vendor 1, vendor 2, and vendor 3. So whenever we select the vendors here and we click upload, we need to make sure that this document library has the specific folders auto created, and the documents whatever we are uploading here just goes to that folder automatically. Now, since we have added the vendor dropdown, let's start customizing our Power Automate flow to have this additional options. Let me click my existing upload documents Power Automate flow and we will make the additional customizations. In the input, we will add one more text called folder name. So here there is an option to create a folder in SharePoint. So let me go to the add action and call the SharePoint. If you see here, we have something called create folder. Rather than going with this specific approach, we would dynamically create the folder in create file connector itself. To achieve that, we already selected the folder path. So the folder path is document upload from Power Apps. Paste your cursor here, add one more slash and add the dynamic content of folder name here. So what this section does is, if this folder exists, then it will not create a new folder. If the folder does not exist, this will auto create a folder. So let me click on save so that the Power Automate flow gets saved. And once done, you can come back to the Power App. The flow is refreshing. We should expect an error now. The reason being, previously we was giving only the one input, which is the file. Now Power Automate flow asks for a two input, which we need to configure. So here I would like to rename this drop down as vendor name, and let me go to the error message in the upload button. Obviously it will be in the upload document section, and here I would say vendor name dot selected dot value, comma. So now our upload documents has two inputs. One is vendor.selected.name and the second one is upload file. I would like to add a small refresh icon here so that we can refresh the library. I would like to just add a global refresh and I call this as refresh documents uploaded from Power Apps. If you notice here, we already have a refresh option here. The scenario this might not refresh sometime is because the flow might not have run completely before it starts refreshing. So just to avoid that, we have one additional refresh. Now let me start attaching a file. I'll go here, I'll attach this file and I'll say open. and I would like to upload this. Now your gallery got auto refreshed, and if you see this vendor one, now you have a vendor one here, but we are not able to differentiate whether it is a file or a folder. Let me go to the document library, do a refresh to make sure we have that new folder created. You can see the new folder got created. If you navigate inside the folder, you will be able to see the document, whatever we have uploaded. Let's give it an one more try. I still have the same vendor one. I would like to upload one more new file. So let me attach this and let's say click on upload. You see, there is no change here. Let's go back to the document library, do a refresh and get into the vendor folder to make sure we have one new document added. There you go. So this second time have not created a new folder. Now let's try adding in another vendor, vendor 2, and I would like to upload some another document picture one, and let me click on upload and let's see what happens. Here it is not refreshed. Let me go for a global refresh. You see vendor 1, vendor 2 got added, and in the document library, if we go back, now we have a new folder called vendor 2. So the Power Automate flow and the approach, whatever we created is working. Now let's start jumping to this gallery to make sure we visualize it properly. I've gone to the edit mode and here we do have an image which I would like to remove and I would like to add an icon. So let's go here and add any icon. So let me say icon and click on plus. And here what we would like to say is in the icon property, if this item dot is folder, then icon dot folder, else icon dot document with content, by which we will be able to differentiate whether these two are folders and the rest of them are documents. Now we need to know how we can navigate to this document library inside this vendor one so that we will be able to see all the documents available in that vendor. To achieve that, we will create one simple variable on the onSelect property. And in the onSelect property, we will create a folder path and this will use the folder path of this vendor one. So let's go to this, say set where folder path is this item dot folder path ampersand with one slash accompanied. By this will create a default folder path. Whenever you click this, it will navigate to the folder one, which is vendor one in this case. We need to make sure on start of this app, we will have this redirected to the primary document. So we will add a button here and we will call it as main doc library. And in the main doc library, what we are going to do is we are going to set the same, but here the name should be exactly our document library name. So it is documents upload from Power Apps. I will make sure the naming conventions what I have used is matching. So you see here it is documents upload from Power Apps. Perfect. I will add one more additional slash. Now selecting the gallery, we should say filter document library where folder path is equal to the new variable where what we have created. You can see that this has a delegation warning, so this might not be able to use with larger datasets. Now we see an empty gallery, so let me run this and let me say navigate to the main document library. You see all the informations. If you get inside the vendor one, there is something wrong. Let me go to the edit mode and check the on select of this button property. The folder path is document upload from Power Apps. Oh, it's not folder path. I think it's my bad. We need to call the full path. Full path is nothing but it just says the name of the vendor. So the correction what we have made here on the onSelect property is we are setting the variable to this item dot full path followed by a slash. Let's run, go back to the main document library And here, if you click on this, you will be able to see the two documents, whatever we uploaded on the vendor one. So if you go here, go into the vendor one, you will be able to see this two different types of documents, whatever we have uploaded. Just coming back here to the main library, and if you go to the document library 2, that is vendor 2, you will be able to see the picture 1, whatever we have uploaded. To ease out, what you can do, you can add one more text label here, which calls which document library that you have navigated. In our use case, we will have only one document library and we do not have any nested items. So it will be easy for us to have one text label. There are scenarios where you need to navigate a multiple branched document library. At that time, what you can do is use a horizontal gallery here and call that library names dynamically so that you will be able to achieve the same. By this, we come to end of this video. If you have any questions, please post it in the comment section and we will be happy to help.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, hit the like button, and press the bell icon for our new video alerts.